Hello, and here we are again. I'm Jason Davis. This is the 6th in this tutorial video series. This series of video tutorials on the use of ALIIX are being hosted and served by YouTube. These are normally accessed from within ALIIX, but if you've stumbled upon any of these videos through links outside of ALIIX or on YouTube itself, you can reduce any confusion by visiting ALIIX.com. That's ALIIX.com, where you can read about ALIIX and download the fully functional free trial. Something I may have neglected to mention in the video on intent cards is that they can be printed on Avery pre-perforated business card sheets available in any office supply store. Hey, I told you I'm an informal type, so I just plain forgot in a previous video, so forgive me on that one. So let's talk briefly about why our configurations aren't saved exactly this way when you save sessions, just in case you are wondering about that. The images, glyphs, and sections are always randomly produced and randomly distributed on a randomly formed grid within the action panel. In our way of thinking, however, randomness does not exist. All moments throughout all of time lead up to this moment, precluding the potential of randomness, but it can appear as random. Chance is a science all by itself, and therefore all conditions also lead up to this moment. Maybe you've heard about the power of the moment, living in the moment, the power of now, all that. That's really what we're referring to. The three-way coherence discussed in the last video applies to the moment in the moment. So these configurations ultimately lose their validity over time, however long or short that may be. Now to advanced intent construction. In addition to the letter keys of your keyboard, you also have the period, question mark, the dash, which also functions as the minus, the slash, for whatever reason, which includes mathematical division, the equals, the plus, and you can use the upper or lowercase x for times or multiplication. Yes, your shift key is active for upper or lowercase intent building. As you can see, of course, they also appear down here in the status bar. Now for the alphaglyphic keyboard. The alphaglyphic keyboard can be accessed by clicking the lower part of the action button. Here it says Show Alphaglyph Guide. Key guide. You've probably seen this and already checked it out by now, I would think, but let's touch on it. Advanced users and those who are, let's say, intuitively skilled are able to construct sessions by using these symbols instead of our symbols. Remember, these are the symbols that are ALIIX's quantum language, if you will. They correspond to the Latin alphabet. That's why you see repeated symbols here, because the Latin alphabet did not include letters that would that are all three of these, U, V, and W, as an example. It's the same with I and J and Y. Oftentimes, your metamind, traditionally referred to as the subconscious, is going to know better what you want than you do. And it would be with these symbols such a communication would take place. So an advanced user would select the corresponding keys on the computer keyboard by choosing from this key guide. In the same way, you can close your eyes and just feel the keyboard for the keys to push, using your intuition for alphaglyphic selection. I personally found that it's not necessary to know what is coming ahead of time, but I almost always recognize it for what it is when it does come. I can also have an intent in mind specifically, and then just feel for which keys to push for optimum effectiveness, or even by which symbols to go by, even if the spelling down in the status bar has nothing to do with my intent. I know that can be a little bit confusing, but those who are intuitively skilled really pick up on this quickly and can understand it. And then as you use ALIIX more and more and advance your own skills in the use of ALIIX, you'll understand more what I mean. And so this concludes the tutorial video series. If you have any suggestions on videos that we should make, contact us through ALIIX.com, ALIIX.com. It's been a pleasure. Above all, have fun, and I'll give you a little hint here. Program a glass of water with laughter.